Before the arrival of Europeans, the land that is now called America teemed with life and culture. Native American tribes, each with their own unique customs and traditions, thrived across the continent. From the eastern woodlands to the Great Plains and the deserts of the Southwest, these nations flourished for centuries. They were as diverse as the landscapes they inhabited, speaking hundreds of languages and practicing a wide range of spiritual beliefs. Their stories, passed down through generations, wove a rich tapestry of history, wisdom, and connection to the land. The Iroquois Confederacy, a powerful alliance of 6 nations in the Northeast, demonstrated the sophistication of Native American governance. Their system of representative democracy, with its emphasis on consensus and balance, influenced the founding fathers of the United States. In the Pacific Northwest, tribes like the Haida and Tlingit developed complex woodworking traditions, crafting towering totem poles that told their ancestral stories and marked their lineage. The Pueblo peoples of the Southwest, masters of adobe architecture, built elaborate settlements that blended seamlessly with the arid landscape. These examples represent only a fraction of the cultural diversity that existed among Native American nations. Each tribe possessed its own unique identity, language, and spiritual beliefs, contributing to a vibrant and interconnected mosaic of human experience. It is crucial to remember this diversity as we delve into the history of Native Americans, understanding that their story is not a monolithic narrative, but rather a complex tapestry woven from countless threads. Native Americans lived in harmony with the natural world. They saw themselves not as separate from nature but as an integral part of its delicate balance. Their lives revolved around the cycles of the seasons, the rhythms of the earth, and the abundance of the land. They hunted and gathered food, utilizing every part of the animal and plant with respect and reverence. Farming techniques varied greatly depending on the region. Tribes in the eastern woodlands cultivated corn, beans, and squash, known as the Three Sisters, which provided a balanced and sustainable diet. On the Great Plains, nomadic tribes followed the buffalo herds, relying on these magnificent creatures for food, clothing, and shelter. Their deep understanding of animal behavior and migration patterns allowed them to live in balance with nature, taking only what they needed and ensuring the sustainability of the herds. Their spiritual beliefs were deeply intertwined with their respect for the natural world. They believed in the interconnectedness of all living things and saw animals, plants, and even the elements as spiritual beings deserving of honor and respect. Their ceremonies and rituals reflected this profound connection to nature, celebrating the cycles of life, death, and rebirth that sustain them. From the green corn ceremony of the Cherokee to the sun dance of the Lakota, these gatherings reaffirmed their spiritual connection to the earth and to each other. This harmonious relationship with nature stood in stark contrast to the European worldview, which often emphasized dominion over the natural world. The arrival of Europeans, with their insatiable appetite for land and resources, would have a devastating impact on Native American cultures and their way of life. The arrival of Europeans in the late 15th century marked a turning point in the history of Native Americans. With them came not only new technologies and ideas, but also diseases to which native populations had no immunity. Smallpox, measles, and influenza ripped through native communities like wildfire, decimating entire villages and leaving behind a trail of death and despair. The scale of this demographic catastrophe is difficult to comprehend. Some estimates suggest that as much as 90% of the Native American population perished in the wake of European contact. As if the ravages of disease were not enough, conflict soon erupted between Europeans and Native Americans. Driven by a thirst for land, resources, and wealth, European powers encroached upon native territories, often resorting to violence and coercion to displace indigenous populations. Treaties were broken, sacred grounds desecrated, and entire communities uprooted from their ancestral homelands. The arrival of Europeans marked the beginning of a long and brutal struggle for survival for Native Americans. The introduction of horses by the Spanish had a profound impact on the lives of many tribes, particularly those on the Great Plains. While horses provided increased mobility and efficiency in hunting, they also intensified competition for resources and led to increased warfare among tribes. The fur trade, fueled by European demand for beaver pelts, further disrupted traditional ways of life and led to intertribal conflict as tribes competed for access to hunting grounds and trade routes. The arrival of Europeans marked a tragic turning point in the history of Native Americans. Disease, conflict, and the loss of their homelands shattered their world, leaving behind a legacy of trauma and displacement that continues to reverberate today. Despite the devastating impact of European colonization, Native Americans never surrendered their identities or their cultures. They fought back against encroachment on their lands and way of life, engaging in wars and uprisings that demonstrated their courage and resilience. Leaders like Metacomet, also known as King Philip of the Wampanoag, and Crazy Horse of the Lakota, became symbols of resistance against colonial aggression. Even in the face of overwhelming odds, Native Americans continued to practice their traditions and pass on their cultural knowledge to future generations. They adapted to changing circumstances, incorporating new technologies and ideas, while preserving the essence of their beliefs and values. The resilience of Native American cultures in the face of such adversity is a testament to the strength and adaptability of the human spirit. The Trail of Tears, a forced relocation of thousands of Cherokee people from their ancestral lands in the southeast to Oklahoma in the 1830s, stands as a stark reminder of the brutality and injustice inflicted upon Native Americans. This horrific event, which resulted in the deaths of thousands of Cherokee men, women, and children, is a shameful chapter in American history. Yet even in the face of such tragedy, Native Americans persevered. They rebuilt their lives in new lands, maintaining their traditions and passing on their stories to future generations. Their resilience in the face of such adversity is a testament to the enduring strength of their cultures and their unwavering determination to survive. Section 5. Echoes of the Past. Resilience and Resistance. Despite centuries of oppression and assimilation policies, Native American cultures have demonstrated remarkable resilience. From the revitalization of traditional languages to the resurgence of cultural practices like storytelling, dance, and art, Native communities are actively working to preserve their heritage and pass it on to future generations. The establishment of tribal colleges and universities has played a vital role in this cultural revival. These institutions provide a space for Native students to learn their own histories, languages, and cultures, fostering a sense of pride and identity. They also serve as centers for research and scholarship, promoting a deeper understanding of Native American perspectives and contributions to the world. The struggle for recognition and sovereignty continues to this day. Native American nations are fighting for greater control over their lands, resources, and destinies. They are challenging stereotypes, demanding that their voices be heard, and asserting their rightful place in the national and global conversation. Their resilience in the face of ongoing challenges is an inspiration to us all. By honoring their past, acknowledging their present struggles, and supporting their efforts to shape their own futures, we can contribute to a more just and equitable future for all. Section 6. Reclaiming the Narrative, a Journey of Truth and Reconciliation. For too long, the history of Native Americans has been told from a Eurocentric perspective, often perpetuating harmful stereotypes and erasing their voices from the historical narrative. Today, there is a growing movement to reclaim this narrative, to tell the story of Native Americans from their own perspectives, and to acknowledge the full and often brutal truth of their experiences. This process of truth-telling is essential for healing and reconciliation. It requires acknowledging the pain and suffering inflicted upon Native communities, taking responsibility for past injustices, and working towards a future based on mutual respect and understanding. It also involves recognizing the resilience and strength of Native cultures, celebrating their contributions to the world, and supporting their efforts to thrive in the 21st century. Truth and reconciliation are not about dwelling in the past but about creating a better future. By confronting the difficult truths of history, we can begin to dismantle the systems of oppression that continue to marginalize Native communities. By listening to Native voices and learning from their experiences, we can gain a deeper understanding of their perspectives and work together to build a more just and equitable society for all. Section 7. Keepers of Ancient Wisdom. Lessons for the Future. Native American cultures hold a wealth of wisdom that is increasingly relevant in today's world. Their deep respect for the natural world, Their understanding of interconnectedness and their emphasis on community and sustainability offer valuable lessons for navigating the challenges of the 21st century. Their traditional ecological knowledge, accumulated over centuries of observation and interaction with the environment, can inform modern conservation efforts and help us address issues like climate change and biodiversity loss. Their values of reciprocity, respect, and responsibility offer a framework for building more sustainable and equitable societies. By embracing these teachings, we can learn to live in greater harmony with each other and with the planet. We can create a future where all people have access to clean water, air, and land, and where future generations can inherit a healthy and vibrant world. Section 8. A legacy endures, honoring the past, embracing the present. The story of Native Americans is one of resilience, resistance, and the enduring power of culture. Despite facing unimaginable challenges, they have preserved their identities, languages, and traditions, passing on their wisdom and knowledge to future generations. Their legacy is all around us, woven into the fabric of American society. From the names of our cities and states to the foods we eat and the stories we tell, their influence is undeniable. It is our responsibility to honor their past, acknowledge their present struggles, and support their efforts to shape their own futures. By learning about their history, celebrating their cultures, and amplifying their voices, we can help create a more just and equitable future for all. Let us listen to their stories, learn from their wisdom, and work together to ensure that their legacy continues to inspire and guide us for generations to come.